Hey yo, what's up you guys? So I do have a new Marvel Legends video for you today, which is good, because I'm glad that I'm actually getting more Marvel Legends, because even though I love my Star Wars, it did get kind of annoying, like, having non-stop reviews for Star Wars, at least for me, because I like doing different things. I still love doing those reviews, it was just like one of those things of, hey, it would be great to get different ones. In fact, I would love to get new DC Multiverse. And there was actually a thing that leaked from DC Multiverse, like the Infected Shazam, which I really wanted to get because I did really like that storyline. But today we're here to talk about Marvel Legends. And also, if I do go to Target, I am going to get that Clone Wars Anakin. There's no doubt. I need an Anakin Skywalker. So, but today, as you can tell by this review, we are taking a look at. Move this down. Taking a look at Marvel Legends Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi, whichever they decide to pronounce it as, and The Legend of the Ten Rings, Death Dealer. Now, this character was my second most wanted character. Other than Shang-Chi, he was the most wanted. Even though, like, he can't get into much action poses as he probably will be able to in the actual movie. There you go. So you got the movie logo. You got Death Dealer on this side and on that side. Then you got this logo, which I'm guessing is the Ten Rings organization logo, possibly. On the back, you got another picture. You got all the figures in the wave. And something that I forgot to do in the last review, which I apologize for. I've realized that throughout the review, I was forgetting something. I didn't know what, and it was that I didn't say what the bio was. I don't know if it was last review or the review before that, but I do apologize. So, this is the bio for Death Dealer. Death Dealer is one of the most formidable opponents Shang-Chi has ever faced. So not much story there. But all I can really tell you, honestly, because I don't know this character that well, and he's not a very reoccurring character, I don't think, is he is a villain of Shang-Chi. I know what he looks like in the comics. I don't know that much of his backstory. Wait, actually, no, I do. He was an MI6 agent that was recruited into the Ten Rings organization, or something like that. So he used to be a part of MI6. So, which is the British intelligence agency, in case anybody doesn't know. So I shall view him. So here he is. He looks very cool. But first we'll get into accessories. So he comes with the left arm to the Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure, which I'm debating on completing because in all reality, there's only 5 figures that I really want, and the 6th one I don't need. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens in the future. Heck, maybe I get that 6th one and donate it to somewhere. Because I kind of would be mad if I just didn't have one more piece. And then he comes with 2 other accessories. One left hand, which is holding a dagger. And another one that has a throwing effect for a couple of daggers. Now, we also have a couple of daggers on the back here. But we don't have any daggers that are just holding, the daggers like if he was about to, fight somebody. But I'm kind of okay with that. The thing I'm not okay with is there's no, like, fists. There's no fists. I really would have liked fists. Because I feel like he could work. Now, I think the Ant-Man fists could work. And I'll get to why. That's probably the only controversial thing I have about this figure. Not really but it's like one of the things that people found out, which is kind of funny. Because actually in this entire wave, well, no, there's one figure that has fists, which is the Wenwu figure, which I do plan to get on next, because he's really cool. Was that they didn't have fists, not even for Shang-Chi, which I do kind of have a complaint for that too, that we didn't get fists for Shang-Chi, the literal master of Kung Fu who should be fighting with fists. Like, all those other hands were great, but you should have also given us some fists. And I also know there's some new Marvel Legends that were announced, most of which I'm honestly not going to get, other than some of the Infinity Saga characters, and maybe one of the AOA or Age of Apocalypse characters, but So here he is. Looks fantastic. So how you can tell that this is the Ant-Man figure, in case you're wondering, is by the legs. It's the Ant-Man and the Wasp figure. It's by the legs. The arms and the head are new, but and the paint is obviously different, I'm sure. But yeah. So let's take a look at his head sculpt. Now, I don't know if it's going to be the exact same thing in the movie of him going to be like an MI6 agent who went down this dark path. But I will say, even though his mask is obviously different in the comics, as most things are, I do like this mask. This mask is probably one of my favorite things about the look of this character. It is so, like, cool. They did a really good job with the paint job. You got, black and red lines. You got his eyes sticking out at you like he's staring into your soul, like you did something wrong. And to be fair, if I saw this guy in a dark alleyway, I knew that somewhere along the lines I screwed up in life. So, yeah. Guess it gets the menacing look down. And you got this ponytail with I'm guessing at least most of his hair hanging out. But the other way you can tell this Ant-Man figure is looking through here, but it's painted differently. I don't know what it looks like without the cloak. But I wonder if there's some modding to where you can give him more of the articulation, because this completely hinders the ab crunch. I mean, I've seen some people been able to do some of the ab crunch, but not a lot. But then you got sculpting all over his cloak. Like, you got that pattern, that's all sculpted. That's all sculpted. Then you got the Ten Rings logo, I'm guessing, on his belt. Got all the sculpted detail. Got the daggers again. Got these gauntlets. They're sculpted. I'm pretty sure these are the Ant-Man hands, though. I mean, not these exactly, but I'm pretty sure you could use the fists for the Ant-Man. Maybe. Then you got these, like, red ribbons tied. So, yeah, and then, you got the Ant-Man legs, but a little detail here, which I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see. You can see that pretty well. You got some sort of logo there. I'm debating to whether or not if that's his own personal logo. I think that's his own personal logo. Maybe that's Death Dealer's logo. Which again makes me really excited to see what he does. And it also seems that in this version, he's going to be like a trainer of Shang-Chi, which will be an interesting aspect. I guess he'll do the whole, the student has become the master thing. But, so, I guess I will do the articulation. His head can move up that far. You gotta be careful that sometimes if you want to look it up, it could possibly bend this, so you gotta shift it forward and then look up. And then he looks side to side, and he's got tilt and shift, and he looks down that far. He can bury the chin all the way. His arms go out that far. He's got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. You got a wrist swivel and a hinge. I think they all have the same hinge, which is in and out. Yes, it is. Okay. He would have an ab crunch, but you can't do it because of this. Don't think... Ooh, you can get it to kind of swivel if you move his legs, but it doesn't really work well. His legs can kick out that far and kick back only that far because of this thing. But just in case you're wondering, this other leg is not completely hindered because there is a slit on the side. And he can kick out that far. He's got a thigh swivel, double jointed knees. His ankle goes down, goes up, and he's got beautiful ankle pivot, which is a little ratchety on mine. So yeah, I guess to show you what I'm probably going to display him as. That's the right. This is. something like that. Now I'm sure there's people who have modified to where like they probably made it cut like here or something to where he can get more you know, articulation and, you know, I mean, I'm sure that if you, you know, twist this like this, you could probably give him more kick. I mean, he is, you know, probably going to do a fair bit of kung fu himself, so. But yeah. I guess you could also have him kind of looking at the dagger with this. You know, that probably could work. But yeah. So I'm wondering if he has like his own group. You know what I mean? Because there's 10 Reins, which represent like 10 different organizations within it that are controlled by the Mandarin. So I'm wondering if he's a part of one of those organizations. Because the thing is that Wenwu, who is, I think, technically the Mandarin, is wearing blue as well. So I'm wondering if the Mandarin's own organization that is a part of that, he is a part of, or something like that. You know, he's like the most skilled warrior. Maybe the colors represent something. I don't know. I'm just saying, I can't wait to see what he does. He's one of those characters to me that with movies and comic figures that looks so cool that I want him and I want to research him. So, you know, for I guess a perfect example would be like Eric Killmonger from Black Panther. And then for, I guess, comic books, Citizen V, which is really just Baron Zemo, so. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.